entered his frontal lobe on Thursday. Doctors were taking bullet fragments off the frontal lobe of this 16-year-old boy head. And he also suffered an additional gunshot wound in the arm. The fact that he is able to talk to anyone at all is, in fact, a miracle. And so it's hard to really explain the injuries and then talk about how well he is and what his prognosis is, because it makes you believe that what happened actually didn't happen.
There's so much in this, man. Ralph Yarl, I don't know if you've heard of him. A 16-year-old boy in Kansas City, Missouri, who was given the wrong address to pick up his two little brothers and moseyed to the wrong house and was met by an 84-year-old white man who put a bullet in his head. Who put a bullet in his head and then shot him again in the arm. The crime was committed on Thursday. It took the police 4 days to even arrest the man because they said there was two major things. Major thing number one, they had no statement from the victim. So in order to arrest a white man in Kansas City for killing a black man, the dead man has to give a statement that the white man shot him. Well, not luckily, by the grace of God, the shot in the head to his frontal lobe didn't kill this young man. Ralph lived. And Ralph was able the next day to tell the police who the man was that shot him in the head. But then why did it take 3 more days for the police to arrest him? This is why. Because there's a law called, we heard about this one in Florida, the Stand Your Ground laws, and it's in Texas and other places too, but the Castle Law that says a homeowner has the right to defend their home from imminent danger. And so the police felt that this unarmed 16-year-old boy going out to pick up his two little brothers potentially could have been a risk to that homeowner bearing a gun who shot him in the head and the arm. It gets better, it gets better, it gets better. Clearly, there is a racial component to this crime. However, the state is not going to utilize the racial hate component because a hate crime in Kansas City, the actual penalty and sentencing is less than a regular attempt murder charge. That means if you kill a black man or a black woman or a black child, in this case, then the penalty, if it is presumed to be motivated by race, is less than if you actually just decided to kill or shoot anyone else. What the hell is going on in Missouri? What in the hell is going on in Missouri? It took me a while to go and to find the picture of the 84-year-old white man who shot Ralph, because his picture is nowhere to be seen. I found it eventually. But why are they making that face famous? Yeah, I know, they're talking about Ralph, they're talking about Ralph, all of it, they're talking about Ralph, there's community protests, they're out there in Clay County, and listen, white folks are marching, don't get me wrong now, white folks are marching, black folks are marching, all over the place, right? But they have not released the suspect's name. They just got a crazy looking mugshot of an 84-year-old man, right? With a full head of hair, and his hair is black. His barber's fantastic. That 84-year-old man got a fantastic barber and a beautician keeping that hair black, because at 84 years old, I know my hair gonna be stark white. But they got a crazy looking picture But nobody still knows this joker's name. And so what I'm here to let you know is that when we, as a people, tolerate this, it means that your lives aren't worth it. Come on, man. I'm dead serious here. When you have a scenario where people go out of their way to legislate and put hate crimes on the books, but make sure that the penalties towards hate crimes are less than the penalties otherwise, what they've done is they've made the hate crime aspect really irrelevant. It's irrelevant. So, it demonstrates that certain things are done with lip service. Lip service. It's not done because somebody actually wants justice. It's just lip service. It's to put it on the books to say they have it, but it's lip service. And, thank goodness this young fella is still alive. He's still here. He's still with his family. The road to recovery is crazy. We don't know if civilly he'll ever get what he's due. We have no idea. But we understand that there's no type of justice that makes this thing worthwhile. There isn't. There's never going to be any justice. There won't be justice in Kansas City. He's 84 years old. The brother might not even live to the trial. This young man might not even live. Let's face it, his brain is still swollen. He's still recovering from a head trauma. He's still got a cracked skull from a bullet. There's no guarantee that he's going to be hanging around for a very long time. We're going to pray that God make that happen. But the bottom line is, what is the value of a black life in Kansas City, Missouri, or in the United States of America when a 16-year-old boy gets shot in the head and the police don't even charge the man until the actual victim gives a testimony, gives a statement? Incredible. 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 I'm watching it here. I'm just watching with these young people. There's like a little rabble of people, holding up their cell phones and, protesting the way that, folks do when, people are trying to be relevant. But at the end of the day, man, it's really scary. It's really scary. You got to be careful. Somebody gave that kid the wrong address, and he could have shown up on death's doorstep. Talk to me. This is Del K. Burton. This is The Real Spiel. Ralph, I'm happy you're here, man. And I hope those that are speaking on your behalf, and those that will defend you, and those that will arbitrate and be activists on your behalf, I hope that you truly get justice, because justice for Ralph is justice for all of us. Justice for Ralph is justice for all of us.